Hi, my name is Bernard Sheridan. I'd like to welcome you back to Par Breakers Golf Academy, and this is part 2 of weight shift in the golf swing. Okay, welcome to Weight Shift Part 2, and here we have the tour player from LPGA, Suzann Pettersen, and what we're going to take a look at is her weight at address, and there's some important things that we need to touch base on here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to enlarge what's going on with her feet here at address. Okay, so what we see here is a white ball in the center. That's going to represent center of gravity. Okay, so what we can think of is that's kind of like her sternum. That's where the bulk of her weight is and balance at address. I want you to notice that if I were to draw a line straight through that it's kind of right over her instep or the back of the balls of her feet. So that's pretty much where we want that center of gravity. And what I want you to notice also is that she's applying pressure on the balls of her feet at address. And if we look at some of the numbers at address, what we can see is that her center of gravity is a little bit forward of her core, okay, just a hair, and her front foot has 58% of her weight on it, whereas her back foot has 42% of her weight on it, okay? So that's what's happening at address. If we shrink this down and look at the player as she swings and take her to the top, there's the top of her backswing, okay? What we're going to see is that now those numbers have changed and that ball is moved. Okay, so that ball is moved more towards the back foot. Okay, just about the same amount as it was at address towards the back foot as it was at the front foot, but it has not moved forward out towards her toes or back towards her heels. So she's maintaining her weight from her toes to her heels, front to back. There's no leaning back or anything like that happening, okay? The other thing is that her weight has now shifted to 70% on her back foot and 30% on her front foot, okay? Now, as we take her down to impact, which we're going to see, that weight has shifted significantly to 77 on the front foot and 23 on the back. We can see that that front foot has gotten red a lot. That means that that weight is going to the outside of that foot, and that center of gravity is moved to that front foot at impact. So that means weight transfer, folks. That's what that means, and that's what we want to see happen in your swing, okay, is a nice weight transfer. And that's important that we see that center of gravity move towards your front foot, okay, at impact. This is going to give you the correct position at impact, okay, to create all the right angles and to create a number that's going to be high in smash factor. So, and if we take a look down here to the right, okay, that smash factor number 1.32 for an iron is really not bad. It could be a little bit higher, okay. If we got that weight shift to about 85% at impact, we would probably bring that smash factor up to almost 1.5, which is ideal, okay. But this is still some pretty good numbers here, and that's for sure. Okay, she did hit just a slight push. We see that ball that popped up there shows the angle that the ball was traveling on. Okay, if we make this a little bit smaller here, we'll see where that ball went in this grid down here at the bottom, okay, and how it went just 6.3 yards right of the target line, okay. But as we go back here to look at impact and now move to, and we can see those numbers change again, okay, from impact to address, okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the finish of her swing, and here she turns through that. We're really seeing that weight shift, and now as she gets to the finish, we're going to see that weight shifts even more, all the way to 95%, 96%, 97%, 98%, 99% at a full finish. So that means you're not on your back foot after you hit a ball, folks, okay? You need to be on that front foot. You need to rotate around that front leg. That is important. Same as we talked in part 1 with Justin Rose. If we draw a line right there, we're really seeing some good stuff. That head is right over top of that front leg, okay? And that is really good stuff. So, what I want you to remember is, when you go to hit balls this week, okay, work on getting that left hip out of the way. Feel like your left hip is clearing. If you look at the downswing sequence once again, okay, you'll see that left hip clear as to let that weight shift. If you just think left side, get out of the way, go straight back and keep turning, just as if you're shaking hands with somebody that's behind you, okay? That's what you want to have happen. So for Par Breakers Golf Academy, I'm Bernard Sheridan. Thanks so much for listening to Weight Shift Part 2. Stay tuned for Weight Shift Part 3, when we look at some of these same things and how they really affect ball flight, okay, when you hang back or when you move through. We're going to use the Swing Guru and the Flight Scope to demonstrate that to you, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like us on Facebook. Once again, thanks so much for following, and we'll see you at Part 3.